Hi, this is Jen of the Kick-Ass Website Coach, and I wanted to go over your new website. You're going to have access to a page full of videos that will show you how to use the basic functions of a WordPress site, but your theme has a few very special areas and a couple of special attributes, if you will. So I wanted to go over those for you so that you can start using your website. So you can see this is the front page of your site. I'm actually logged into the site right now, which is why you can see this extra bar up here at the top. These are they're links to the dashboard. So like if you're working on your site and you want to take a look at the front of it, what your clients and customers would see, you can take a look at that. And then you can click up here and this will take you to your dashboard. And this is your dashboard area. So I'm going to leave up this front page though. Let me just quickly go over these areas in WordPress terms. This is your header area. It's typically where you will see a logo and or a your website name or your business name, and a tagline sometimes would go here. This is called the menu bar. This is where you have links to your other pages, your blog, things like that. You can also put up direct links to off-site places, so you could put a direct link up here to your social media, or let's say you have like a client management account at some place like Coach's Console. You could put in a direct link on your menu bar as well. Down here, this is your spotlight area. This is specifically theme related. It's related to the framework or the theme that we used for this website. So this is where any blog posts go that you attribute to the spotlight category. They will show up right here in this section. You can click on the read more tag and that will take you to the blog post itself so you can read more. This area right here is called the spotlight widget, and I'll show you more about widgets here in a minute. This area right here, this line where you can put in a picture or text, this is called your feature area, and it works the same way. You create a blog post and you attribute it to the feature category and it will show up in this space. Down here, these are all of the most recent blog posts that you've created. If you create a blog post and you put it in the spotlight category, it will not show up down here or on any of the other category pages. Same goes for featured. If you attribute a blog post to either the spotlight or the feature, it will not show up in the regular blog post areas. And speaking of blog post areas, I've created just 3 test categories to show you what that looks like. So if you click on the empty nest category, it will take you to this page and it will show any blog posts that you have attributed to the empty nest category. Now you can delete these categories and create your own new ones, but anytime you create a post and you attribute it to that particular category, it will show up on that category page, and I'll show you a little bit more about that. Inside the video page, you can read about creating blog post categories and how to make those show up. So over here, this is another widget area. It's called your sidebar widget area. And you can have several, all kinds of information that goes up and down here. You can have pictures, you can have graphics. This is a plugin right here that will take you to your Facebook page or take a client to your Facebook page. These are just recent post names. You can click on those and it will take you to the post. So let's go take a look at your dashboard. Alright, in here, this is your main page, and over here you will see links to other areas of the dashboard. Probably the most important spots will be your posts. This is where you can create new posts and view all of the posts that you have. You can also create categories and tags from here, and you can also see a calendar. This is also a plugin where you can see when you have posted things, and you can schedule in new posts from here as well. And that is if you decide to blog. You can create your pages from here by using this tab. You can take a view of all of your pages, or you can create a new page. You can manage media from here, but you can also do it from inside your pages and posts. Your appearance, this is where you can manage the theme that you're using. You can use other themes if you want to. I've set up this one specifically to your specifications though. You can also, if you come here to the Customize tab underneath your theme, this is where you can manage your business name or your site title. You can add in a tagline here. Let me show you that real quick. Let me just do this just to show you what it looks like real quick. Click on Save and Publish, and it's going to show up right here. If you don't want it, you can delete that. Save it, it'll disappear. You can also just take that whole thing off of there if you want to, and it won't show up, even though you want to leave this here for search engine optimization purposes. So you can adjust the size. So let's say you decide you want that bigger, you can go to 60 and see what that looks like. It's much bigger. Go back down to 40. So you can also come down here and change a few other things. You can decide to show or not show this spotlight area. That's what happens if you remove the spotlight. This is your logo image. Your header text color, you can change that on your own if you want to. You just click on this and it'll pull up a color bar. Your background color can be changed. I'm going to save this real quick. And then let's go to Crazy Blue just to show you real quick. And then you can see it only changes a certain part of your theme. That's because of the way it's set up. I'm going to change that back. You can put in a background image. This is where you can manage your site up here. Now, the way it's set up right now, you're not using a main menu, you're using your secondary menu. It doesn't matter, it still works just the same way, but when you're managing menus, you have to keep that in mind. And then this would be if you want to use a static front page, which we don't, not in this case. So going back in here, this is where your plugins are. This is where your settings can be managed. I've done most of, if not all of, the basic setup for this. Some of the things that you'll have to manage on your own as you go is some of your plugins. And I wanted to quickly show you, if you come down under Appearance, you can manage your widget areas. And if you'll remember, I said your widget areas are up here on the side. And then here on the front in your spotlight area. And down here in the footer, there's 3 widget areas here. So if we come inside, we click on the widgets thing and it brings up the widgets page. Over here, these correlate to all of those places on the front of your website. Now, you'll see there's extra ones here that we're not using. but this correlates to your spotlight area. This one where your picture is, that's this. Your sidebar. Anything that you want to show up in the sidebar of the blog, over here, that is placed in this one where it says sidebar. And then you have footer. All of the ones inside of your footer area, down here, are inside of the footer 1 area. Okay. All of the rest of these you can pretty much ignore. They're extras. You'll see inside of the video training, you can use a lot of these. They're pre-made widgets. That's what they're called. They're called widgets. Oops. Anyway, you can drag and drop these around. So, plus there's more you can do, like I did with your photo, which is, it's HTML code. And there is a video in the photo section or the widgets section, or both, of the video page that will show you how to do that. Your menus, if you come back over here to the Appearance tab and you go to the Menus link, it takes you to this page. And you remember a little bit ago on the other page I showed you that you have the option for two menus with this theme, but I've only set up one of them, and it was the second menu. So you have to select the menu name that you want to use there. So we could create a whole nother menu here, and this will also be in the menus section of the video page. You can create a new one. If you want it to look differently, you can adjust the one that's already made. All of these are, you can drag them and drop them, you can move them around. You can add category pages, which is what these are underneath the blog. So all of that will be in the video training as well. And then one last thing, I think I have 1 minute to do this with. We're going to go up here to the post area, and I'm going to show you what I mean by making a blog post and putting it into the featured or the spotlight area. You can see here is a list of all of the blog posts so far. And you can see the author, the categories, tags, and more information about those. Now you can see that the categories, this one doesn't have a title because it's really just a picture, and it's put into the featured category. Let's take a quick look at that. So you can see there's actually no text here. There are a couple of pictures, but they are not relevant. Actually, we can delete those. I did not put a title in here. It's not what we're using it for. So I did have to use the featured image in order to get this to show up on your front page right here. So this is basically just a graphic that I created inside of PicMonkey, and I have uploaded it to the featured image section of a blog post. And then what I've done is I've come down here under categories, and I have selected featured category, and then I just clicked update, and that is what makes it show up right here in your featured area. And the same thing applies with this post. Let's go back to all posts here. That was your spotlight post, and you could create more than one of those. You can see here the sample post, I put it in the spotlight. But let's take this one. Let's say we change our mind and we want to put it, let's say we want to make it a spotlight category. We're going to click out of that, we're going to click on spotlight, click update. We're about out of time. And now you can see that it shows up, that new one, on the spotlight area.